All right. Hey, y'all. So yeah, my name is Sterling. I am a senior developer advocate at Postman. If you're not familiar with Postman, I don't know what rock you've been living under for the last 10 years, but Postman is an API client. If you're not familiar, I'm not going to call out anyone who's not on, who's been under a rock. We are an API client and a platform where you can test, develop, and document your APIs. However, in the last year, we love MCP. And tool calling is in essence just a wonderful function call that has an API connected to it. So it kind of fits really well with us. Oh, I forgot. There you go. There's my picture if you can't see me. And this is going to be very, very demo heavy. I'm going to be mostly live coding. So let's pray to the demo gods how this works. But I want to showcase some of the things that we're building at Postman, where you can test, document, and use all of your MCP servers. You can discover MCP servers and build them. So here we go. I am in my Postman collection. This is just a random collection. And let me zoom out just a hair. There you go. And for this, oh, I've got something up at the top. All right, there. So if you are wanting to discover MCP servers, we are working very closely with the MCP community. So we have our own directory, but it is very much tied to the community directory. So you can go look at the MCP servers that we have available. If there is a blue check mark here, that it means our team has actually gone through and done a white glove, just verified that they are who they say they are. So it's not just any random MCP server. It's not just any random person. It is verified through our process. But that's not really what I'm going to be talking about. There's all the directories out there. I'm going to talk about the MCP generator. Oh, let me start over because I was playing with this earlier. Okay, well, you know what? Here you go. Let's do this. There we go. Let's say you want to look at building an MCP server that's somewhere on our public API network. If you're not familiar with Postman's public API network, we have over 100,000 publicly available APIs on our network, and anything that's on the network, you can actually build an MCP server from. So you already kind of played with it, but let's build one out of the Discord server, and you can go in, we can discover whatever we want. We can click on any of these, and at that point, just pick and choose what tools you want, right? MCP, most of them are what, 28 tools, right? You can only use about 28 tool calls in an MCP. I'm getting a couple nods here. So you're not going to just dump your entire open API spec into an MCP server. We know that's wrong, so don't do that. But in this case, you can pick and choose what endpoints you want to use, and then you can just generate. Now, right now, we only generate TypeScript or JavaScript. Sorry, it is just JavaScript. And what ends up happening is this is all building you an MCP server under the hood. It will generate for you. You'll be able to download it. Hopefully, this is going to work. It does take, if you look down here, it says 10 to 30 seconds. I did not plan on any jokes. I don't have any dad jokes, even though my son is here with me tonight. But there you go. So all you have to do here is download the zip file. I downloaded the zip file earlier, and you just run npm install the packages. It comes with your package JSON, and then you have your MCP server. Now this is from the Discord, and I'm just going to copy the path. I'm going to go back into Postman, go back to my workspace. Now that's the MCP generator. You can build a generator, or you can generate an MCP server from publicly available APIs. Now let's test it. Let's actually, instead of having to load it into Claude and quit Claude, reopen it, go through all that JSON and everything, all you have to do, go to new, and from here, so we do both remote servers and local servers. This one is going to be running locally, and I've already got it. So let me move the pictures here. And then you can connect to your MCP server, and that's it. Now there's no LLM on top of this. This is really just to validate that your MCP server is working. So once I've connected to it, you can go in, you can see exactly what's happening here. You've got channel ID, these are required. So you can literally test your MCP server right here in the in your API client inside of Postman, share it with your team, save it into a collection, and also expose these externally. Now, the cool part that I want to show, so we already talked about, I showed internal. Now, if I do, let's go to Postman's. Postman has an amazing MCP server, and I can just go connect to my remote MCP server. And sure enough, oh, let me see, authorization. Look, see, there's OAuth, right? We're talking about that. I'm not going to put my token in. Actually, it's somewhere here. Hold on. We connect, and now you can see all the tools that we have available. And so again, you can share these with, you can put this in your collections, you can share them with your colleagues, and it makes it super easy to work with. And just checking time here really briefly, I'm going to show you a new agent mode, our new agent mode inside of Postman. So this is currently in beta. Now, agent mode is going to help you anywhere you're at in the API lifecycle, whether you're building APIs, whether you are testing APIs, documenting them, or you are integrating with them. I'm a front-end engineer by trade, so I only ever really integrated with them. I know enough about backend to know that no one wants to give me the keys to the kingdom to drop tables. So in this case, because we have agent mode here, and because you're building your MCP server or you're building APIs, you can configure MCP servers into our agent. Now, our agent, we have you have the ability, you can use Claude, GPT, or just Claude and GPT right now. And I have mine set to GPT 4.5, and you can configure MCP servers. Now, we have MCP servers that we have available to us. And I was going to say one of the biggest MCP servers I've used up till now has been Context 7, but I think I'm going to try using Ref, and I will get back to you and see how that works. I'm really excited about that one because, especially when you're trying to build an API, and someone else, or you're using someone else's APIs and their API docs suck, you want to be able to have the power of an AI to help you and with the MCP server to get all that information at your fingertips. So agent mode can actually ingest any of your MCP servers. Jira is one of my favorites, and this is a collection that I've got here. And we're going to try something. I don't have an MCP server connected to this, but let's just check for some docs. Let's analyze and document the MCP request structure. And under the hood, this is going to help you reduce your time to a 200. You want a 200 okay. That's the goal of any good back-end developer, is like trying to get anyone who's integrating with your API, your front-end engineers, you want to get that 200 okay as quick as possible. Of course, something went wrong. Please don't judge me. This is still in beta, so beta does cover a whole plethora of sins. But Postman loves MCP. We believe in it. We're part of the community, and so we're really happy to be here. The other thing that I will say, has anyone tried using Claude Skills yet? Only a couple. Oh, so a couple? All right. You're going to get a hot take from Sterling because I just got Postman's skill working, and I didn't have any plan on demo, but Skills plus MCP are freaking amazing. If you haven't looked at it, you should look at Skills for your workflows and MCP for the APIs and the tool calls. It is absolutely amazing what I was able to do with Postman's skill plus Postman's MCP server connected. And I did that in Claude. You can do it in Claude code. I use it as a / command. That's a whole nother story. If you'd love to talk more about that, I'm happy to chat about that. But with that, I'm going to do just double check. Oh, I've got two minutes and it's still generating. So we're just going to quietly close that. You didn't see that. But yeah, MCP, we love it. And that's it. Thank you so much for having me. Ooh. I just realized I had one other thing. Sorry. I am so sorry. Postman has a Discord server. And if you're interested in joining, we have our AI conversations. That's where I am as much as possible. Just we're talking about MCP. We're sharing about stuff. Trying to build this community here. And then lastly, you can find me. Here's my QR code. This takes you to my website, sterlingchin.com. You can get connected to me on Substack, LinkedIn, Twitter, Blue Sky, all the good stuff. So I'd love to connect with you and talk more. I'm really looking forward to playing with Ref, and I'll leave that up. Thanks, y'all.